Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. For some reason I always decide to do these updates or do repairs to the vehicle when it's really cold, because right now it's like 23 degrees in the sun. But I have a new LED light bar that I want to install in the truck. It's going to be nice. The one thing I could not find on YouTube, at least in a detailed manner, so this will be a two-part video if you're watching this, click to the next, is how to remove the grill. Because to install the LED light bar, the brackets go right behind here, and I couldn't find any detailed information how to safely remove this, so I'm going to remove it, show you guys how. If you want to see the LED light bar, you have to click on the link in the description or up top, wherever the hell it's at in the video. But guys, stay tuned. So over here in our parts of goodies, we're looking for is these fantastic little brackets. I don't know why when I bought them on eBay, the light bar came with some small brackets. This whole box came separate. I have no idea why. Whatever. This is what came with the LED light bar. I'm like, I don't know how I make that work, but I guess I will. And then this is the other bracket. So we got to get these bolted in. After that, should be able to reassemble the grill. Let's take them. I know I just made a mess. Whatever. So, that being said, this should be the passenger side. And looky there. Bolt right up. You're just going to bolt those and put that bracket on just like that. So we'll do that to that side. And then that should be the two bolt holes where it lines up perfectly right there. Get that bolted down. So before we reassemble, once we get these bolted down, we are going to test the LED light bar in that place to make sure that it fits. That way when we put the grill in, if we need to make any adjustments or anything, you know, it's best to test fit, because otherwise you got all this assembled and then you're like, oh, I forgot the wiring harness. Make sure to do your wiring looms, your zip ties, everything you need to make sure when you put this away, you're done with it. So let's move on. Alright guys, so here's the dilemma. We've got it in place, the old bolt from Ford on the left, which I think is going to be stronger, or the extended bolt that came with the kit. Unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to go with it because I've got the original one in here and it's only probably holding on by 2 threads. It's just not long enough, so probably go and use the bolt it came with and hopefully that lasts. But if not, we can always come back and change it. We're going to do a little bit more test fitting. That's basically it installed. Oh, how well you can see that. That's how the brackets go. That's the bolts. Just tucks in right behind here. This is all pretty soft and pliable. It's cold, so it's a little more stiff than it would be like if you're doing this in the spring or summer. But you have 2 Christmas trees right here and one right there. If you remove all 3 of those, they'll stay in their spots, but at least detach them from each other. You can pry this up, get good access to the bolts here. There are some wires right behind here, so just be careful with that. A little bit harder on the driver's side. Same thing, 3 Christmas trees. The wiring harnesses that are right here are a little bit stiffer. There's an access to one of them. They're just kind of a little more in the way, especially on the inside one right here. So just be careful with that. Other than that, brackets in. It looks like it's going to fit just well. We'll go ahead and bolt it up to the brackets. Then we'll do the wiring. That way it's up, tucked out of the way, and make sure that that's all good. We might even go ahead and do a test run on it, kick on the lights to make sure that it does kick on. We have no issues or anything like that, and then we can reassemble the grill and move on from there. So where I've chosen to take the wire through, there's a little cubby right here that will run vertically down, all the way down just like that, closest to the light bar. Something that I noticed though is when we go to put this in, no matter how waterproof anything is, water still gets in several places, especially if you're off-roading in these things. So where it's going to be dangling like this is vertically, which is allowing water straight in. So what I'm going to do is zip tie the bundle like this. I guess I'm exposing it there, but whatever. We're don't pay attention to that top side. We're just trying to fix this. That way they're hanging upside down like a reverse conduit would. That way, if any water drips, hopefully it would protect that. I might actually put electrical tape over that top side, but these connectors then should be open side down basically and help protect them a little bit longer, but we'll put some electrical tape on that top side just to ensure that. But I'm gonna zip tie it in place just like that. tuck it up nice and tight underneath there. All right guys, it's all bundled up tight up there. It did come with the factory switch here, like aftermarket. I don't like. I'm gonna tie it into the truck's auxiliary switches, but for now, there we go. So as far as that goes, it's fully functioning. There it is. LED light bar is in, it's installed, it turns on, it's good to go. The only thing is I'm gonna have to figure out how to rewire that because I want it to be in the aux switches. It's clean, it's tidy, and it's just the way the Raptor runs. It's so much better. But for now, at least that's on. Now we can reassemble the grill and we'll figure out the wiring part later.
In a wonderland without angels. That is how I feel when the mirror shows me a stranger. Yeah. And I know they're just fragments of a world where your absence all I get to see. Take me back to
So driver's side's back on, passenger side's back on. The LED light bar didn't go anywhere. That's good. That would be the worst if you go to install this and you look back, you're like, wait, where the hell did it go? Oh, that's just where my mind goes. But we're gonna reassemble some of these connections here before we put the cowling cover back on. So I just want to show you this little guy here. It's pretty simple. So the camera will focus. It's like that, and then clip it back down. Bada bing, bada boom. There you go. Snap back in. This should just go back together here. Yep, there you go. And what's cool about this one, I don't know how Ford designed it, but it allows it to swivel, pivot, have some room, because I imagine, you know, even washer fluid at some point, if you've got the summer blend, is going to freeze or expand. So that's probably why they designed it to be on a swivel. And then this Christmas tree here, tuck her in. That is the way those went. So I'm gonna get the big guy hooked up first. Pardon me for the sniffles. It is really cold out here. It feels like it's actually getting colder. I don't like that. Swap that. There we go. I might have to use 2 hands on that one. I heard that one click. I did not hear this one click. But there we go. It's just a hard place to reach on that one. There. So everything's hooked back up. So all we have to do is put the cowling top cover back on, and then the little Christmas trees all the ways across, and we'll pretty much be done.
but it won't be long before I realize it's a picture in my head, and I know they're just fragments of a world where your absence all I get to see.
This is what it looks like from the inside. That's low beams, high beams of just the truck. See? So put it back to low beams. We're gonna do the fog lights. Now we're gonna do the little LED bar. It's pretty dang bright. And then I also still have the pods. So let's go ahead and kick on the brights. Fogs, LED bar, pods. My God, that is bright. Yeah, you guys could do this too. It's so cool.